Morning campers. I actually got here yesterday, so I got this week off work, so I thought I'd do 3 nights. I'm on big mesters and it was nice and warm. It's not cold now, but it's just overcast, so it's looking good for it. And yesterday, just watching the geese behind me. They're out the water because the swan's always chasing them. Yeah, yesterday I lost one within an hour getting my rods out. But this morning I had one. Hey! And it was the same common, I'm pretty sure it's the same common I had last time I was on big mesters. The razorback common. At the same weight, 27.4. So I'm pretty sure it's the same fish. But I should flip you around, show you the lake, what peg I'm in. I'm in first out, so first out the woods I think. Which is a peg I haven't fished before. You can see the cabin in the background there. But let me just flip. Yeah, this is where I am. So you got the peg here, that's second out I think, then that's the cabin swim. Then the next one down there is the helipad where I was. Last time I had the razorback common. But I should take you down. Ooh, that's always a good sign, isn't it? Let's take you down and show you where I've got them. There's still a lot of weed out here, but it's mainly that siltweed. So your rig is landing on top of it, so it's fishing. Let me get a stick. Yeah, so I've got one. Got a bit hanging off the end, that's doing me head in. Whee! Got one off the reeds there, sort of thing. But they've cut the reeds back and you can see where they're growing again. And the babe was saying you're best off coming a bit further off because when they cut them, they didn't cut them right to the stems. Well, you can see them all coming back. But anyway, that's where I lost one yesterday afternoon. The one I had was there, back there. That's where I had the common. And then I've got one sort of off here, down here. Again, it's a bit weedy down there, but it's that siltweed. Oh, I acquired some artificial grass. It was just some offcuts from, I can't say, get myself in trouble, won't I? Hey, hey, hey. But yeah, so I've had one already. Well, this morning, 8 hours this morning. It's probably about 3:30ish, something like that. But I waited till it was light, about 5:30. So I kept it in the retainer for a couple of hours, but I kept checking on it. And it was good. I didn't get any video of it. I was going to do, I tried. But obviously because it was interesting, it was just, it wasn't having it. And when I did finally calm it down, I just thought I'd get some photos. I'm not going to try and video it. Because if I try and video it, then I try and get some photos, it's just going to go mad again. And I didn't want to leave it out too long while it calmed down. So I think I'll shoot. I say I've still got 2 nights. I was here last night, I've got tonight and tomorrow night. There's a lad opposite me, Kate. I think he had a 25 yesterday. I think he said he's been getting hammered by the bream now. Which I haven't yet. Well, the one I lost, that could have been a tench. I'm not sure it was a carp. It was a slow bite, then it got its head dug. Buried itself into like the siltweed on the bottom, I think. So I'll put some, steady pressure on it, then it come free of the weed. I felt it come free. And then the fish come off as well. So, not happy days, but happy days could have had one. Had one. So like I say, I'm going to get off, show you what I'm looking. That's what I'm looking at. Seagulls have been a pain trying to get bait out. But I am going to shoot. And I'll catch you about tea time. I'll rebait about probably 6, 7 o'clock tonight. So that's a cuckoo I can hear. I've had a woodpecker behind me, that's been doing all its business. But yeah, I'm going to shoot and catch you later. Bye for now. Oh, evening. No else to report. Except I've had a couple of tench. One of them is a decent size. Well, I thought it was. I actually weighed it because it was bigger than the rest. The ones I've been getting have been, I don't know, 4 or 5 poundish. This one looked bigger, so I weighed it. It was £5. Surprising, it was decent size. I was going to take a photo, but I thought I had my phone on charge, so I thought I might get a bigger one. Then I will take a photo of that. Seagulls are diving. I don't know what on, because note there. Either might be going my ball just went a bit astray. So there's only 2 of them. Just baited up when I got the throwing stick out. About a dozen of them turned up. Bloody things. This afternoon after them tench, actually, I brought my rods in for a couple of hours and I went for a walk round. I walked right round the outside, right that far bank, and all through there, scratched all my legs, got stung and all sorts. I've got shorts on her. And it's a bit overgrown there. But I did manage to get right round the lake. Even though I took a couple of wrong turns, and it was a decent walk. But like I say, I've been back in my peg probably about an hour now. And I've got the rods out. Put fresh rigs on 2 of them. They're the ones, it's more of a wafter than a snowman, but like, it's 18mm bottom bait, half a 12mm, there's a topper on it, half a 12mm pop up, flat side and the boilie, I told you before, and they're just on the cranks, because I get really good hook holds. And the common air this morning, that was on the crank, and it was up right in the middle of its bottom lip. So they're just out on supple braid, no swing tubing or anything, and I'm getting really good hook holds on them. But I used to like them before then. I started playing with German rigs and that, and I keep going back to plain and simple knotless knot on a crank, or crank with a knotless knot on supple braid. I had to change on the other because you can't use supple braid, you have to use coated. Oh yeah, it's quite mild again. I see it on Facebook, some lakes are starting spawning. I think it's a bit early for here. It's a bit lopsided, isn't it? Oh well, whatever. We're pissed up. I'm on the old Hawks Ridge again. When I had me walk, but that was a face and a half, wasn't it? A bit sharp that. When I did me walk around, Greg's on again. Who was on Alderfen when I started fishing Alderfen at the end of last year, wasn't it? So I was chatting to him for over an hour. I think he's lost one this afternoon, he wasn't sure what it was, but I said, you think you can't tell, because as soon as you hook them, if you're not straight on your rod, they're straight in the weed. And even the tench, because they're lower and slimmer out, they really dig their heads in. So it's just locked up when you lift into it, and you've got to ease it out. The carp aren't so bad where I am now, because There is some weed what's pretty high up, but there's not a lot. Most of it's just siltweed on the bottom. So if you hook a carp, like the one I had, they don't dive into the siltweed. They'll come up, you can play them and you get them over the weed beds. But the tench, they tend to dive in the bottom, they get in the siltweed, and oh, it's a right mess, you know, it's all clanging, sticks to your line and that. Yeah, like I say, a couple of tench and a carp. And I've still got tomorrow night. If I do tomorrow night, I think I will. But I started getting it with bream and that, because Cake was the lad what was opposite me, he was on the fire bank over there. And yesterday, I think he had a mirror, not a mirror, he had a mirror. But £25 I think he said. But then after that, he said the bream moved in. He was getting hammered with bream, so he brought his rods in last night, because he was getting that many bream. So I'm hoping they don't move further this week to my spots. But no, there's not a lot you can do, is there? Because the bream, they shovel up, don't they, and go around together in big groups. But my legs are tingling. It's all the stinging nettles. Got stung, scratched from bushes and everything. I'm in a right mess. Teach me to go walking round through overgrown tracks, won't it, in my shorts? But I thought there would have been a track all the way around, sort of thing, but it's not. When you get around there, it's like woodland and not so good. But I've got round. Oh, here's my friendly duck coming back. She sits here all night. She sits on this peg. I think she's trying to keep away from the males. She'll come up in a minute. She just sits at the front of the peg. Oh, I noticed my throwing stick at the bottom. Something's been chewing all the foam at the bottom. Well, something, I know what it is. They're a bit of rats. So I've stuck it, it's on top of my bivvy now. But I'm waffling about nothing, can't I? So I shall catch you in the morning. Hopefully with another fish. Because I seem to catch either last thing just after dark or just before full light. That's when I'm catching on here, the carp. I'm getting tench and bream in the day. But that weed's still a problem. Some people don't bother. Some people enjoy fishing in weed, don't they? But it's like news to me. Most of the waters I fished have got weed, but not like this. There's weed everywhere. So you're actually fishing on weed. You have to. And there is clear spots, but they're not that big. So as soon as the carp picks your bait up, it's either if it's going on that at the reed line there, it's clear when you get close to the reeds. But the problem there is if they decide to go into the reeds, it's the same as going into weed, isn't it? It just locks you up. But it's one of them. They're nice looking fish, and not just the plain like the ones what you see a lot of nowadays, just pale, pretty much all look the same, don't they? The nice old fish in here, and they all look nice like that. Both of them they've both been dark. So if you want the nicer looking fish, these are the sort of waters you got to fish, and usually they're weedy because they're the older lakes. So the weed's got well established. Well, like I say, I should get off because I'm waffling a bit, aren't I? And I want to have my beer, and I might listen to the football on tonight. Oh, I think it's Aston Villa Liverpool, isn't it? I might listen to that on the radio. Coot. I thought I see a fish and it was coot, it's just come up. Right, I'm going because I'm just rabbiting on, aren't I? Catch you all later. Goodbye for now. Morning, campers. Well, I'm not camping anymore, am I? I'm catching. Well, yeah, I was talking to Greg yesterday and he was on about the big bream in here. And sod's law, what happened last night? About midnight-ish, I think. Could have been later. I had a bream. But it actually felt like a tench. It did pull a little bit. Especially when I got it close in, it tried counting to the left and taking my other 2 rods out. So I had to bully it to my right. And then to my right, I've got that snag. It tried getting in with there. But I got it in. And it had some weight to it. I'd say, don't know, it must have been close to a double. And Greg's had one this morning. Really, well, it's a stunner really. Fish known as warty, which hasn't been out for a while. It's a bit down in weight, but it's as dark as you like. You know what I mean? It's one of the darkest carp I've seen. It's a proper looker. Old fish by the looks of it. So, hey. So I've got the hat trick now. I've had my bream, so I've had tench, bream and a carp. And conditions are looking spot on today. Pressure's dropped, it's drizzly, overcast, cooler. I've moved one of my rods. I moved it last night and I moved it again now. Because I did have one. Hang on a minute. I've got a new pointy stick. What one of the lads give me. It's like a plunger for your PVA. Yeah, let me flip it round. Yeah, so I was fishing one over there, wasn't I? But I kept getting snagged in the reeds because they've been cut back. But like I say, they're underwater and you can't see where they are, and I think I was dropping in them. So it was snagging on them. So then last night, I just chucked it out here. But this morning, still sort of a line in there, but I probably got it about mid-water. So I've got one there now. I've still got one in there, because that's where I had the carp. And I've still got one off here. With my new pointy stick. So thanks for that. But yeah, that's all I've got to report at the minute. I'm going to make another coffee. And chill. Might get my head down from little grandad and that. But if you can hear that cuckoo. And shut up all morning. But yeah, you can see it's drizzling now. Not heavy, look, it's just drizzle. It's trying to, the sky's full of it. But it is what it is, and I'm getting back in here. So yeah, nothing more to report except for the bream last night. But I'll say it was a decent one. It was a good £10, if not more. Like I say, it did pull, and then when I lifted it out to unhook it, I tried doing it in the landing net, but it was flapping and that, so I lifted it up, pulled the landing net back so it wasn't as deep, you know what I mean, so I could still do it in the landing net. But as I pulled it up, it had some proper weight to it. But less of the bream talk. Let's hope for another carp before I leave. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shoot now and catch you later. There's my friendly duck. Whack whack. Yeah, so like I say, have another coffee. I might try and get another couple of hours sleep. We shall see. Ooh. Yeah, so I've to catch up tonight, and hopefully I've had something else during the day. Probably a tench or bream, but you never know. I'm catching, which is the main thing. I say it's my third session on the main lake at Mesters, and I've never blanked on here. But little Mesters, I've done 3 or 4 sessions on there, 3 ever. Blanked every time except for tension bream. And Wyndham at Alderfen, I also fished that 3 or 4 times and blanked every time. But I did lose one on my last session on there, I think. So I'm back out, I should be back out Monday and Tuesday. It's now Wednesday, I'm going home tomorrow Thursday, I'm back at work Friday. But my days off are Monday and Tuesday, so I could be back on here but on Little Mesters or Alderfen. We shall see. There might be spawning soon on here, because the water's warm. And I know they started down, further down, they started on Bluebell, I think I heard. They won't start on Little Mesters yet, because that's speaking to the bailiff. Because that's deeper, it's colder, and he said it'd probably be end of June, July before they start on there. But there you go, I'm waffling again for the sake of waffling. So waffling. Catch you all later. Bye for now. Hello again, I'm a little bit late. 7:45 already. Brought the rods in probably about 4 o'clock-ish. Went down, had a chat with Greg, but when we get chatting, we chat for hours, we just chat shit like you do. Anyway, I told him about the problems I'm having there while I was talking to another guy further down this way. And he's got a camera on his boat, he's got an X-boat with a winch cam. And why I'm getting snagged on that one where he had the fish from, because you have a fish on, you can get them in. But why not? I thought it must be catching on the bottom on the weed, it's not. There's quite a bit of line across there with people snapped off apparently. And the line snagged, and he said there's about 6 lines running across it. Probably where fish have been going round and round or whatever, so that's probably what I'm catching. If I don't have a fish when I bring it back, then I'm getting snagged on something, that could be it. So Greg said stick one in front of 2 pegs up the cabin swim, down the reed line. I've got my new pointy stick. Yeah, because I did have one of the reeds here, but I've moved it further down. Trying to see where. Yeah, probably about here now, in the gully there. So stick one there, be alright there, because it's all clear. So I did. I put it out there. Losing line I'd like to do, I was going to get the next rod ready to put out while the line settled on that one. And then I noticed the tip went round before I even got the bobbiner out. A run. Lifted into it, played it in. Thought it could be a small carp. Took me through a couple of wee beds. No, a tench. Cheers, Greg. Nah, I don't mind if a tench feed on spot, so do the carp. The carp do as well. So I put it back out there and it stayed out now. I had another run. So hopefully the tench is backing away from there now. Maybe the carp will move in. So then I've got one in the usual spot down this side, and I've got one just off the snag to my right. So I've got both margins covered, and you know, it'll be sod's law. They'll be coming up and down the middle, won't they? But we shall see. Anyway, it's only a little quick one, this. I'll get the football on soon, that's what I'll do, is do the football, have a couple of drinks. I listened to Liverpool last night, wasn't it? It's Man City tonight. Then home tomorrow for the big game tomorrow. So I'll have to get some more drinks in. Sit at home with my feet up. So I mean, I could stay here and watch it here, because I've got an app on me. I've got on my phone, I can get it, but the reception's not that good here. So I did know in my luck, I'd get the match on and it'd be buffering every 2 seconds, then it would stop buffering, then I'd have missed a goal. Then it would look like someone's going to score and it starts buffering again. You know how it works, don't you? So now I'm off home. And I'll be back Monday and Tuesday, I think. But I might go on Little Mesters. Anyway, what I found out about them snags in front of me, what I've been hitting, apparently Mark, the owner, is going to go out in a boat with a grappling hook or whatever and see if he can clear it. And also what I've been getting snagged on up there is where they've cut the reeds back, the roots are still in, they're pretty thick, so that's what you're getting snagged on. Because you can't see them now because where they've cut them back it's below the water. And again Mark's getting some dye or something what you put on and what kills the roots. So I'm staying away from that area, that's why I've moved further down. Because they haven't been trimmed back there, a bit further down that's is the reed land and the gully's there, I'm in the gully. There's a little gully, what's clear, which is like their highway, hopefully. Right, I'm going to get off, get the football on, enjoy my drinks, and I shall catch you in the morning. Hopefully with another fish, not another tench and or another bream. But like I say, I'm catching, I don't know how many tench I've had now. 3 or 4, I'm not sure. A couple of bream, 1 bream. I don't know. I've had 1 carp, I know that. Right, catch you in the morning. Bye for now. Right, morning. That's me done. Well, done, I ain't even started packing down yet. I've been chatting to Greg. He just had a bream. Ha ha ha. Makes up for the tench you put me on. You love it, Greg. But yeah, I'm just going to do this last little bit. Go and use the amenities and then start packing down. It's nearly 7:30. I've been up since about 3:30. Because I was getting knocks on my left-hand rod down this margin off the snag. And then about 4 I had a proper run on it. Got the beeps, I watched it because I was awake. I watched the optic, bent round. I was on it pretty quick, lifted into it, nothing, pinged off. And then, don't know, it was probably about 6. I had some taps. Well, I wasn't going to start packing down then. I sat there looking around, thinking what I'm going to pack away first. And, oh yeah, thought I had a run on that. Tip went round again on this right one off this snag. There's a swan sat there, wasn't it? The swan had picked me up. So no more fish, but I've had a few tench and a bream and a carp. So it's not a blank again. Like I say, my third trip on the big main lake, and all 3 times I've caught, so you can't knock that, can you? I'm just determined to get someone out of little mesters, which I might jump on this Monday and Tuesday, we'll see. Still heard a cuckoo, that's doing Greg's head in, because he hadn't even noticed it yesterday, but I told him, right, wait, you heard that cuckoo? Now, you can hear it all the time now, because you get tuned to listening for it, don't you? That's doing his head in. But yeah, I'll just flick you around and show you one last look at the lake. Then I'm going to have to start getting a shifty on. Should be over about 9, 10 o'clock. Probably dinner time knowing me. Got a parcel to pick up, some more gas. And do a bit of shopping, shower and all, everything. Get everything I need ready for work on Friday. And chill out and watch football tonight. I'll just flip you around. There you go, looking nice as always. Yeah, the one off this snag, that's one the swan picked me up on. And then the one I've got off down this margin off this snaggy tree, and that's one I had a run on but fell off as soon as I lifted into it. And as you know, I had the tench from over there off that reed line. But that will do for now, because I need the toilet. So thanks for watching, and I shall catch you on the next one. Hopefully with a fish or 2. Bye for now.